What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. In this video, we're going to be doing a career retrospective on Brock Boeser. I know I mentioned this or alluded and teased this video earlier in the week. Apologies, it's taken this long, but some other stuff came up. Other content came up that I wanted to quickly do. So I'm finally putting this out. The career retrospective for Brock Boeser, as it's looking more and more like Brock Boeser has played his final game as a Vancouver Canuck. I was actually just reading in preparation for this video, reading the R Canucks subreddit talking about Boeser from a few days ago and how basically the team's going to allow him to reach free agency, but they're going to keep the door open. They essentially are telling Brock, go ahead, go see what's out there, go see what the market is like, and if you don't like it, we'll talk. So I think it's a bit of a test. They are testing Brock to see. They are basically saying, we don't think you're worth $8 million. You are probably not going to get what you are asking for. So it could very well be a ploy by the Canucks to try and re-sign him at a cheaper price. But we're not here to talk about, his contract or, whether or not he's going to re-sign or not. This is a retrospective on his career as a Vancouver Canuck. So I'm going to go through his stats dating all the way back to his debut with the Canucks in the 2016-2017 season, where he ended up playing 9 games for the Vancouver Canucks and had 5 points in 9 games, 4 goals, 1 assist. And then his first full season with the Canucks, he played 62 games, had 29 goals, 26 assists, 55 points. And then in 2018-2019, he played 69 games, 26 goals, 30 assists, 56 points. 2019-2020, 57 games, 16 goals, 29 assists, 45 points. And this was his first time in the playoffs. He played 17 games in the playoffs and had 11 points in 17 games, 4 goals, 7 assists. And then the 2020-2021 season, 56 games, 23 goals, 26 assists, 49 points. And then 2021-2022, 71 games played, 23 goals, 23 assists, 46 points. And then 2022-2023, he had played 74 games and had 18 goals, 37 assists, 55 points. And then there was last season where he played 81 games. So he missed only 1 game last season, 40 goals, 33 assists, 73 points. And then in the playoffs, he played 12 games and had 12 points in 12, 7 goals, 5 assists. So looking at his stats, in his 9-year tenure with the Canucks, he's made the playoffs twice. But in those 2 playoff appearances, he's performed. He's come up big in the playoffs. He's in those 2 playoffs. He's gotten 23 points in So he's got 23 points in 29 playoff games. That is pretty darn good for Brock Boeser. 23 points in 29 playoff games for Brock Boeser. And that's just twice in the playoffs. So obviously he's been a playoff performer when he's been in the playoffs. And of course, we all know this year, may as well bring up this year, 75 games, 25 goals, 25 assists, 50 points. But if you really think, looking at these stats, a lot of people, talk about last year being a bit of an outlier for Brock, with the 73 points, finally managing to hit 30 goals, and then even surpassing that by reaching 40. Obviously, as I mentioned in that season, he only missed one game. He played 81. He only missed a single game. So he was healthy for pretty much the entirety of the season. And then obviously this year he had the concussion. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. He had the concussion that made him miss about 10 games, or about like roughly 10 games. But looking at his stats, you got your, his first full season, 55, 56, 45, 49, 46, 55, 73, 50. I'm noticing a pattern there. You know, as I mentioned, that 73-point season is looking more and more like an outlier, like a one-off, as it seems like Brock Boeser is essentially a 50 to 60 point player, with the exception of that one season. Because of course, that one season, he managed to make it past 70, but all these other seasons are under 60 points. So perhaps, Boeser, and I absolutely hate to say this, but the proof is right here in the stats. Perhaps Boeser isn't as good as we think he is. At least during the regular season. Obviously, he's shown that he is a good playoff performer, but with him only having 73 points that one season, and then not even being able to hit 60 at least once in any of the other seasons, which brings me to his asking price for his new contract. Him wanting $8 million. Seeing these stats, and again, I hate to say it, but I don't think he's worth $8 million. I think what the Canucks offered him, and having also read that subreddit, the R Canucks subreddit, and seeing some of the comments, a lot of those comments were Brock isn't worth $8 million, and that what the Canucks offered him, 5 years times 8, so 5 years at $8 million, was a fair deal. Some are even saying in that are essentially saying the fact that he turned that down shows that he doesn't want to stay here. They're basically arguing that if he wanted to stay here, he would have accepted that deal. So it seems like keep in mind, when that deal was offered, it was in the early part of the season. So this was before JT was traded. And this was, I would say, right in the meat of when the whole JT PD thing was going on. So it was right in the middle of it when the Canucks offered Boeser that 5 years, $8 million contract. At least that's what it's been reported, that it was earlier in the season and it wasn't, prior to the deadline or in January. So what do you guys think? Do you guys, having heard, some of those comments, or hearing that people are commenting that Boeser is not worth $8 million, and having me listed off those stats for, his 9 seasons in Vancouver, and him only having one season where he reached, over 60 points, is he even worth $8 million? Now, could you get somebody cheaper? Yes, people talk about Boeser being slow, and he, last season he relied heavily on JT Miller. JT Miller really helped out his scoring, and you take that away, and what is he? Brock Boeser is someone who relies heavily on a playmaker to score a lot of his goals. Yes, Brock has one heck of a shot, but he's slow. He's not very fast, and not gonna lie, I've kind of changed my tune on Brock. Having seen these stats, looked at those comments from people on the R Canucks subreddit, and then just really like listening or seeing their takes on like Brock's not worth $8 million, and then perhaps the Canucks are trying to show that to Brock that, hey, you're not worth this kind of money, and you're not going to get that type of money on the open market. But so yeah, let me quickly do my sponsor read, and then we'll end this video, and you guys can post in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this career retrospective of Brock, and just talking about, is he worth $8 million? But let me do my sponsor read real quick, and then we'll do that, and then we'll end the video. Are you looking for an energy drink that is jitter-free, crash-free, no sugars, no artificial colors or dyes, and no calories? Then Dubby Energy is for you. With over 15 plus unique custom-made flavors, go ahead and get a starter sampler pack, which includes 3 different flavors. Use code TheLineChange to get 10% off your next purchase. Dubby Energy, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Alright, I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about Brock, and I've been saying for a few weeks now he's not going to resign. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's not resigning with the Canucks, which is a shame, despite me kind of not necessarily ripping into Brock or downplaying how talented he is, but I'm just going based off what the stats say, and despite that, I do wish we could re-sign him and keep him. I love Brock as a player, as a human being, and it's just gonna suck, having a homegrown guy, guy you drafted, spent the last 9 years of his career. He's been a loyal soldier, as a lot of people will tell you. He's been a loyal soldier for the Canucks, and the fact that we could lose him for nothing is really going to sting. And it's, it could very well haunt this Canucks management group. It could haunt them, not being able to trade him at the deadline. And the same goes for Hugh Suter as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Once again, feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys think Brock Boeser is actually worth $8 million? And do you think he, should have taken the 5 years at $8 million that the Canucks offered him earlier in the season? And so yeah, once again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to The Line Change, I want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification. That way you get notified every single time we upload a video. You can find us on social media, on Twitter/X at LineChangeVan. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, You can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you do, please make sure to rate and review. So that's going to do it for this. As always, go Canucks go, and I'll see you guys in the next video.